Hey everyone, hope you're having an amazing Monday. So, if you don't already know, first, my name is Emily McKenzie, and every Monday I try to come on here and do a motivational Monday, meaning I take something that I'm struggling with throughout the week and I do my darndest to figure out how to fix it, and then I share that solution with you. All right, so please know that when I'm talking, I am talking to myself as much as I'm talking to you. It's a great reminder, when you teach something, it really gets ingrained in your mind. And also, I just want you guys to live your best lives, like truly. I believe you can have and be and do anything. And so part of that is just me sharing every little tidbit of information that I can, that I learned, so you don't have to do it. And you just hopefully take some of my advice if it applies to you. So this week, I want to talk about the excuse that you don't have time. Okay, so I say it all the time, like, I don't got time for that. Okay, like, I know I'm not the only one. If you say that, let me know, because we all do it. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. And the reality of it is, and I struggle with this every day, is that we all have the same amount of time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. And I'm probably going to lose a lot of you when I say that, because we hear it so much. Like, we all have the same freaking 24 hours a day. Think of your role model, someone who's killing it in every department of life, and they have the same day you do. So it's it's annoying to think of it, because it's like calling yourself out, but that's just reality. And I promise I do it to myself too. Like, girl, you have the same amount of time as Oprah. Like, you need to get off your butt and stop complaining. So one thing that I realized last night was I was doing something, and when I am working my business and I reach certain goals in my business, I allow myself to do something for myself, to take a short break, and then I get back to it. So while I was taking that break, I realized, a lot of people think, like, all the activities that I do are mostly free. I mean, thank you. So most of the things that I do are free or like super cheap, like reading a book. I try to get them the cheapest I can, things like that. And so I'm thinking, well, this is free. I don't have to feel guilty doing it. Like, this is a free activity. I didn't cost my family anything, whatever. And then I realized it's not free. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. Because if you think about it, it's using your time. And are you going to tell me that your time isn't worth something? Absolutely not. I don't care who you are. Your time is worth so much. And so first, I want you to think, in your dream world, how much money would you make? In your dream world. Okay, so I'm trying to get a calculator. So let's say, in my dream world, I want to make $1 million. Okay? Sorry, my thing's deciding not to work. $1 million. Okay, so $1 million. Who else wants to make $1 million? Like, seriously. Okay, and so there are 52 weeks in the year, right? And usually most people have 2 weeks off. So let's say we divide 1 million by 50. Okay, that means every week you'd be making $20,000. All right, and then think, in your dream world, how much would you work? Like, how many hours a day would you work? So for me, honestly, it'd be awesome if I could work 4 hours a day, right? How cool would that be? So this is crazy. Make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, I'm sorry. So let's say in my dream world, I want to make $1 million, and I'm working 50 weeks out of the year. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. You hear me clicking, I'm sorry, guys. So that'd be $20,000 a week, divided by 5, we work 5 days a week, divided by 4, we work 4 hours a day, right? Wouldn't that be so awesome? $1,000. So that's telling me, and feel free to fact check me on that, I don't mind. That's telling me that every one of my hours is worth $1,000. So in my dream world, and that's where you need to understand, that's where I'm personally going. Like, that's where I'm actually going. It's not like I'm making $9 an hour and I'd like to maybe someday, but I know it won't happen. No, boo-boo. Like, that's where I'm going. So when I'm making $1 million a year and I'm working 4 hours a day, part-time, and I'm working 5 days a week, and the rest of the time is with my family, each one of my hours is worth $1,000. Okay, even if I was working 8 hours a day, each of my hours would be worth $500. So you're going to tell me, the whole point of that was, are you going to tell me that when you are doing an activity that is not getting you closer to your goal, it's worth $500? That video game you're playing for an hour, is that worth $500? You know that whatever, I don't know what y'all do for fun. Whatever you do for fun, is it worth $500? Is it worth $1,000? Because we tell ourselves, like, this activity is free or what, it doesn't cost me that much, so it's fine. I can spend the whole day just killing time on social media. I can spend all day just killing time watching Netflix. I can spend all day just killing time playing video games or coloring. And you know what? In moderation, all of that is absolutely fine. I would never suggest you don't do anything you enjoy, because I would go insane if I didn't, okay? What I'm suggesting is weighing your options. So when you're saying, I just don't have the time, analyze your day, guys. Analyze your day. If you have to, journal it. I actually read this in a Productivity Project book. The Productivity Project. You need to get it and read it. And basically this guy did a ton of experiments testing different types of ways to be productive. And he found that one of the best was to write what he did during the day. So he literally wrote every freaking thing he did throughout the day. How long he took to make breakfast, how long he took to eat breakfast, how long it took to clean up breakfast, like everything. When you went to the bathroom, he wrote it down. So I challenge you to do that. And I did it, and I only made it through half a day before I was like, oh God, I am wasting so much time. I'm wasting so much of my time, and my time is worth $1,000 an hour, remember? So it is not okay to be doing that. And I had to calm myself out before I saw it, because I was like, I never stop moving. I'm always on my feet. I'm crazy. But then when I wrote it down, I was like, whoa, I had 5 minutes here. I had 10 minutes there. I could have only watched one episode on Netflix. You know what I mean? Like, we do these things, and once it's going, Netflix is smart. Once it's going, it just, yes. Sorry, I get distracted when you all comment, but I love it. I totally agree. Rachel Hollis is thebomb.com. I watch her on YouTube pretty much all day. But anyway, that's another thing. It's like, what are you doing with your time? And I just want you to weigh. I'm not saying don't do anything fun. I'm not saying don't do anything like professional development or anything, but just weigh it. Like, is there something I truly, and you know in your heart when you're like, oh, I shouldn't be watching Netflix right now. I should be getting the dishes done, or I should be reaching out to some people, or I should be going for a jog, or I should be working on my book, or whatever it is. You know in your gut, in your heart, what you're really supposed to be doing, instead of whatever activity you're currently killing time on. So again, I'm going to say it again, because that's the teacher in me. I am never going to say do not do fun activities. Please, for the love of God, do fun activities every day. But also make sure you're being your own accountability partner. Like, hey, I just watched an episode of Grey's Anatomy, and that's like 40 minutes. What can I do for the next 40 minutes or whatever to make sure it was worth it? Or what can I do while it's playing to make sure that it's worth my however much you make an hour, right? Okay, so, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to the beginning of this video. But anyway, the whole point of this is just to say, please stop saying, I can't blank because I just don't have the time. You do. You have 24 hours. I have 24 hours. Beyonce has 24 hours. You know, every single person has 24 hours in a day. There are people, like there are actors, like really famous people that we all know, that are on like 17 sitcoms at once, right? And like they're newscasters or they're... Oh, I'm sorry. I just heard music in the living room. It scared the bejesus out of me. There are newscasters and then they're in movies, and then they're over here doing that show, and then they're writing a book, and then they're doing a podcast, and they're just doing it. They're doing it. They're making it happen in that same 24 hours you have. So I really want you to think, if you need to get a journal, just for one day, write it out. How long did you take to make your breakfast? How long did you take to drive to work? How long did you take to get dressed? Can you cut some time out of there? How long are you on the toilet? Can you do something while you're on the toilet that's productive? Or like when you're in the shower, can you be listening to your personal development then instead of when you're sitting in peace? Like, and I only say that because I never have my hands free. So when I say sitting in peace, I literally mean just sitting. Just sitting. But anyway, so how can you like stack things to make your time as useful as possible? Because you are so worth having your dreams come true. Like, if you don't know it, I'm just going to keep speaking it into you every single Monday. And if you need to hear it more, go back to my other videos, because this is the whole reason I do these motivational Mondays, is to motivate you, okay? Because you can have and be and do anything. So your challenge for the week is to get a piece of paper, write down everything you're doing throughout the day, and I guarantee you by noon, you'll figure out a spot where you could have done something productive. And so you might be saying, I need to lose weight, but I don't have the time to exercise. I call bull on that. You can exercise at work. Look it up on YouTube. You can do exercises on the couch. You can do exercises in your office chair. You can do exercises in the hallways at work. You can do exercises in your backyard. It doesn't matter. It can all be free. Don't tell me you can't build a business because you don't have time, because I call bull on that. You can do your professional development in the shower. You can be talking to people while you're on the toilet. Like, there are times when you are killing time. How long did it take you to walk to the mailbox and check your mail? Move faster. You know what I mean? Like, do things that don't really mean much faster and more efficiently so that you can do what actually counts. All right? And then every time you start to give up, think, I have the same 24 hours as blank. Who do you look up to? Who do you want to be? Like, who do you want to mirror your life after? And then remind yourself, I have the same 24 hours as that person. And I can do, this is what's crazy. You can do literally anything. Oprah Winfrey did not come out of her mother's womb a gajillionaire with her own channel and her own magazine and her own favorite things freaking program on TV that everyone was shopping off of. Heck no. She came from a history that I would say at least half of us cannot even fathom. Okay? And that's almost everyone you look up to. And the thing is, they just made the decision. They made the freaking decision. I'm working these jobs, and these people are hating on me, and I have this debt, and I have this situation, and I have this many kids, but you know what? I'm staying up an hour later tonight. I'm going to be so tired. I'm going to look like a hot mess for this season of my life, but you know what? It'll pay off. And that's exactly what they did. Every person you look up to grew up like that. They started just like one of us and just went. And when an obstacle came, they just clotheslined it. I don't know. Okay? And you can do the same thing. So that's what blows my mind. You can do anything in the whole world that you see anyone else doing, and top that. There was a first person to go to the moon. There was a first person to invent a shoelace. Like, there was a first person for literally fire, the wheel, a Pop-Tart. Like, there was a first person to do all of this stuff. No one had ever even done it. People called them crazy. No one understood until it was done. It's crazy until, I have it written on my mirror. It's crazy until it happens. It's crazy until it happens. You can't fly an airplane. Humans have legs that walk. We don't have wings that fly. And then people were like, watch me. And then a ton of people competed to be the first person to fly. And guess what we're doing now? On a regular basis. People own their own airplanes. People own their own airlines. Hello. It all started somewhere. I could go on for hours. But anyway, I won't. Go ahead and just watch this video again. And if you need me to pour more into you, here's the thing. I think people are afraid to reach out to me, and I don't know why. So if you have goals, I do not care what they are. I mean, obviously it'd be cool if they aligned with mine, because then we can be accountability partners. But I just want to help you in any way that I can. I am obsessed with personal development. I am obsessed with helping the whole world. And for now, this is my only way to help you guys. I'm just using the platform I'm given, right? And I want you to do the same. Use what you're given right now and do your freaking best. Do your absolute best with what you have, because what you have, someone else is praying for. So use it. Use the crap out of it. All right? You are so amazing. Thank you for giving me part of your Monday. Again, you can have and be and do anything. Just push yourself a little bit more. Just give yourself 5% more every day, and you'll be amazed where you'll end the year. All right? drop some comments if you have questions or things that I can address next week. Tag some people that really need to hear this, because you are all worthy, and I will see you all next week. If you haven't seen my other Motivational Monday videos, scroll back through my timeline or go on my YouTube channel, and I try to put them all on there unless YouTube is a turd. But I'll see you guys next week. Have a great night.